Hey guys, I'm back. Kind of. So, a lot has changed since you saw me last on this channel. And if you didn't know, I had been doing YouTube for years before this channel, whichever one you're watching. I had 3 of them. Went dormant. All my videos went private. And it was as if this channel never existed. Except for the people who subscribed to me. And there are people who are still subscribed to me, to my surprise. I figured I would come back and have no subscribers. But a lot has changed since the last time you saw me, if you had seen my other videos. Cough, cough. But I felt like I needed to make this video to give the people who I owe an apology and an explanation. So there were a lot of people who really cared about me, who were helped by me and my videos, and who just genuinely enjoyed my content and watching me. And to you, I say I'm sorry. I'm sorry I fell off the face of the earth and gave you little to no explanation of why. I'm sorry I had to take down the videos that you found helpful. I'm sorry that I no longer make music and that you will never see one of my music videos again. And I'm sorry it took me so long to even think about making a video like this. So back in January of 2016, on the 19th to be exact, I took my declaration of faith and became Muslim. Now I know what you're thinking. Islam is not what you see on Fox News. Because anybody who knew me before I converted would know that if it was, I would want nothing to do with it. And no, it may come as a big shock to some people, but I'm sorry if it offends you, I guess. But this is who I am. And this is who I was always meant to be. And I've changed a lot since the last time you saw me. So the reason why I took all my videos down was because in January of 2016, I started wearing hijab, which is the Muslim headscarf. And actually, well, hijab encompasses the entire veil itself, so like wearing loose clothing and things like that, but mostly in reference to the headscarf here. And I made the really difficult decision of shutting down my 3 YouTube channels. And at that time, I don't think I had the intention of ever coming back on them or making another channel. But I do have another channel, but that will be more towards the end of this video. I'm just gonna really quick go into my conversion story. I'm gonna try to keep it brief and, well, brief, because this isn't gonna be an edited video and I often take pauses when I talk. Ow, that was my hip if you just heard that. Anyways, there's a member of my household who is not as bad as some people, but still Islamophobic. And for ages, he would tell me stories of Muslims, and I put that in these thingies because I don't really consider them really following the religion, but Muslims who would do these evil things. And he would use these examples, and it was a handful of examples that he used over and over again to say that Islam was evil, that its followers were evil, did evil things, and that it was inherently just a bad thing, and that the only way to save everybody else from it was to eradicate it. I know now that he doesn't check sources for any of the stories that he reads. I know now that he tends to just follow along with what shows up on like a news feed. And I know now that he is greatly misguided. I, back then, almost started to believe him. But something inspired me to take matters into my own hands and do my own research, because he was telling me the same things over and over again. And I just couldn't believe that over 1 billion people could believe that doing these bad things was worshiping God, and that committing evil acts was a good thing. I just couldn't believe that an entire group of people could be generalized and just I'm trying not to say be evil again, but I just couldn't believe that such violence and corruption could exist in the entirety of a religion. And I did my own research, and I realized that this is what I already believe. And I've been in many, many religions in the past. I've, first of all, grown up a lot since you last saw me. I will be turning 19 in a couple months. But I've been through a lot of different religions, and I never felt satisfied. I never felt peace. And looking back, the closest I ever was to God was when I was going through the hardest times, and it felt like that's all I had. Sometimes I wasn't even sure I believed in God, and I just laid there in tears, crying. And when I was the closest to him, I was crying, "Why aren't you helping me?" Upset with God, not understanding why he would put me through something so terrible that hurt me so much if he loved me. But looking back, that's when I was the closest to him. And I know that he was there for me. And other times, I've been Hellenic, worshipped Greek gods and goddesses. I've been a bunch of different religions, guys. But nothing gave me peace like Islam, which is a word that means peace through submission to God. And so, in January, I was 100% certain that I believed there was only one God, and that I believed that Muhammad, peace be upon him, is the messenger of God and is the final messenger of God. And I understood the religion enough to say with certainty that I'm a Muslim. So I took my declaration of faith, and it was a long journey, but now here I am. So I don't do music at all anymore. That's mostly due to my faith, but also due to the fact that I realized that it wasn't helping me. I thought it was at the time, but in reality, it just let me dwell in bad emotions. And yeah, so sometimes the happy songs were great, but the majority of the songs that I wrote and sang were very negative. And the more I rehearsed them and the more I sang them, the more I just lived in that bad moment. So yes, it's due to my faith, but also I have discovered for myself that music and me just aren't good together. And I'm sorry if you don't like that, but you will not be seeing any more music videos from me. I don't do daily vlogs anymore because my life is just too busy, really. And also because I have days where I don't have to wear hijab around, and I enjoy that freedom. And if I were to vlog every day, I'd have to put on a hijab and walk around in hijab, but I don't feel comfortable putting my private life public anymore, especially now that my life revolves around my son. So it's just not something that I plan on doing again. And so my first Spellcaster 1998 and the Dutifully Atomic Nut will not be active channels, so this will be the last video that you will see on these channels. But, here comes the big but, I have another mental health channel, and it focuses on my mental health and advice to others and just mental illness and awareness in general. And it's called Jacqueline Has Iman. And I will link it in the descriptions, God willing, if I can remember. But I started it in August of 2016. And I just now started doing it more regularly recently. But I do have a bunch of videos up there. So that is where I will be located from now on. And it's going to be much different from the last time you saw me because I have changed a lot. Just first of all, I grew up. Like I said, I'll be 19 soon. And I have had the channel Spellcaster 1998 since I was 11. Some of my first videos were very cringeworthy. But anyways, I grew up a lot. And Islam matured me. So I'm a young woman now. And a lot of my videos will be much more mature and also much more positive because Islam has changed me for the better. And I have had, first of all, I'll be 2 years self-harm free at the end of this month, which is amazing. I haven't been hospitalized at all for a year, haven't been hospitalized for suicidal ideation or self-harm for 2 years. And I have had a complete turnaround in my life. My bipolar is managed. My anxiety is being worked on. It's being worked on, folks. My DID is pretty calm, really. And I don't have many problems with other people. It's mostly internal conflicts. So that's great. And a bunch of other things. I mean, I'm not going to go into it right now because this video is already pretty long, but I have had a huge change, and it changed me for the better. I can genuinely say that Islam is the best thing that has ever happened to me. The peace that you feel when you are Muslim is incomparable, and you can't find it anywhere else, in anything. I couldn't find it in music, can't find it in any other book, can't find it on TV or in the news, or even with your family. It's a peace that only comes through submission to God, which is what the word Islam means, if I haven't said that already. I will be doing videos on Jacqueline Has Iman regularly, for the most part. And so while my old channel, which is The Crazies, that was my old mental health channel, well, that won't be active anymore. If you miss me enough, you can check me out there. And I'm sorry that it took me so long to post another video on any of my channels, to even just flat out say I'm sorry. But at that time, I was not ready to just come out and say I'm Muslim, and this is why I did this. But I am now. Obviously, I'm doing that now. And I'm directing you to where you can find me from now on. So my old videos will not be made public again. They're gone for good, for my eyes only. And my new channel is still in its baby stages. I don't think I even have 20 videos yet, but we're working on it. And I've been okay. I think right now, the hardest part for me doing this video is knowing that there are some people that are gonna watch this that I haven't apologized to yet. And there are many, many things that I owe people apologies for. Because before I came to Islam, I wasn't the best person. I wasn't a bad person. I didn't do like bad things. Well, I mean, we all do bad things, but you know, I wasn't a bad person. There's just some things that I personally need to make amends for, to make myself feel okay. And I know that there's some people who this will show up on their feed, and it's hard. I'm sorry, this is such a long video, but long story short, 3 channels that this will be posted on, still no content, but if you want to keep up with me, check me out at Jacqueline Has Iman. And I wish you all the best, genuinely. And again, I'm sorry I've been gone for so long. I'm sorry I didn't tell you where I went. And hopefully you can forgive me. So, thank you guys for watching. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.